Hey, what's up? Cheap beer for you to drink. My name is JJ. It's only been a few hours since I recorded the unboxing video. It is time to try one of the beers. I couldn't wait any longer. Lionshead Light Deluxe Pilsner beer. 115 calories, 9 grams of carbs. Made by the Lion Brewery in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Pretty cool that it is a privately owned brewery. And I was doing a little research on this. The brewery itself, apparently like one of 10 pre-prohibition breweries in the U.S. that are still around today. I think 1905 is when it first launched, and it survived prohibition, and still around today. It's like the 15th largest, I think, according to their website. Also on their website, it talks about the other beers that they make there at the Lion Brewery. They make the Lionshead Pilsner, the Lionshead Pilsner Light. They make an IPA. That's the one in the green cans that I couldn't think of. They make a Lionshead Ice at 6% alcohol. And they also have, this sounds really interesting, a Lionshead Pumpkin Ale. Hey, love a good pumpkin beer. Love some good fall time beers. I might have to order that one online and get it sent over to my place, since I look like a pumpkin right now. Lionshead Light. When I think of light pilsners, I think of Miller Lite. So it'll be kind of nice to have an alternative to Miller Lite, which is fine. I'll never forgive Miller until they bring back my Miller High Life Light. And then at that point, I will forgive you, Molson Coors, for taking away one of my favorite light beers. That was Miller High Life Light. Looks fine. That's a good color. It smells really freaking nice. Lionshead. I hadn't heard of it until I joined a Facebook group. I just saw a post about it today. Pretty popular beer on there, and it's kind of cool because privately owned, fairly small brewery. Not really. It's the 15th largest in the U.S. But it's not one that's made it to my part of Ohio yet, and it's only one state over. So again, this is a beer that I ordered online from New York, and I'm excited to try it for the very first time and let you know if it's good or not. It goes down really smooth. It's nice and cold, but it has some interesting flavors in here. It doesn't taste like every other light beer out there. Initially it does, but there are some very odd flavors going on. I don't know if that's the hops that they use, but that doesn't taste like any other light beer that I've had. I'll give it this. It's not ice cold. This can is cold. It's only been in my fridge for about 4 hours since arriving here. So it would taste different ice cold. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I'm just trying to describe this really interesting flavor that I'm getting here. I normally like to compare it to other beers. It's surprisingly... It's a lot less carbonated than most beers. Let me try it straight out of the can, because I poured it a little different. I was trying to get some of the head to show up. Yeah, it's not flat by any means, but it's not as carbonated as a lot of beers. Let me just pour it like this. See, I'm not getting much of a head. Lightly carbonated, but it's gotta be the hops that they're using in this. Again, it's going to sound like I'm saying in a bad way, but it doesn't taste like any other light beer that I've had. What flavor is that? Not like a butteriness. That's hard. It's so hard to describe. It's like some kind of spice. It's a very complex flavor. I mean, it says Deluxe Pilsner beer. Maybe it's the Deluxe that I'm tasting. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. It is just different. Yeah, and I'm terrible at describing the way things taste. I'm good at comparing it to other things, but I cannot compare this to any other beer that I've tried recently. Yeah, I mean, it's a beer that you would just have to try. That's kind of exciting, right? Like, if you want to know what this beer tastes like, you're going to have to try it. I'm interested to get my family's thoughts, because I bought a 12-pack of this, and again, you can't get this where I'm at. So I think they'll be excited to try it as well. And I really want to get their thoughts on it, because it's different. It's different in a good way. If you're looking for a beer that doesn't taste like everything else out there, give this one a try. It's kind of cool. You get to support a smaller brewery. I don't know much about it. Again, I read you off the beers that they are currently making. They've been around forever. I'm sure there's a bunch of beers that they have made in the past that are just lost in time. But the Lionshead Light from Lions Brewery, pretty good. Now I'll have to try the original Pilsner. I'd love to go on the... I'd love to go to Pennsylvania, honestly. There's a lot of beers, especially in the Pittsburgh area, that I really want to try. Like, there's a Pennsylvania-style beer, I think is what it's called. There's just a bunch of brands there that I would love to get my hands on, and this was one of them. And it's just interesting. Not as carbonated. It's just a different style beer. A very interesting taste. Goes down really easy. It's easy to drink. There's nothing unpleasant about it. It's just, it's not your typical light beer, and I think that's a good thing. It's got, I'm not saying it has more flavor, it just has a different flavor that I really can't describe, and I wish I could. Easy to drink, though, and it's good. It's delicious. It's just one you'd have to try. Definitely one that's different. If you're tired of drinking the same old light beers, it doesn't taste like Miller Lite. That's what I was going into this planning on, be like, yeah, tastes like Miller Lite. It doesn't at all. If anything, it's like a more of a craft beer like that. Just that hoppiness is sort of there. What is it? The Outlaw that we tried, that was just a super hoppy light beer. If anything, it's closer to that than any of the other light beers out there. I would be interested to see what hops they're putting in this, because, again, the flavor is just an interesting, sort of spicy one. I'll leave it at that. It's cheap beer for you to drink. Videos of all of these beers I got coming soon. This is one I would... If this was sold around here, I don't know if I would pick it up again. I lost my paper that told me exactly how much this was. I guess I could pull it up on my phone. It was like $13.49 for this 12-pack. I paid a little more than what you could probably find at the store. So probably $11.99 maybe for a 12-pack. I would probably get it again, but it's not one I would drink all the time. But it was nice. Glad I got to experience it. Cheap beer for you to drink. Let me know what beers you've been trying. Any new beers out there? Any old flavor or old classic favorites that I haven't tried yet? Let me know about them, because I want to try them. I see all these beers online. I'm like, man, I got to get my hands on that. And this was one of them. And I'm glad I did. It's cheap beer for you to drink. Thanks for watching.